I know what you're thinking. Both BG and Toledo are headed to bowl games, but which one? Try to get you answers tonight. I spoke with the MAC commissioner. He's got a war room with lots of scenarios, and both the Poinsettia and the GoDaddy Bowl had representatives here tonight, and they both like BG and Toledo. For 17 years, the bowl games here in Mobile, Alabama have been associated with the Mardi Gras parade, and for the first time ever, it's rained out. Mother Nature not cooperating, but the show must go on. Alicia is a soft-spoken fighter with a powerful punch. Together with her coach, they are a vicious 1-2 combo, and they have Olympic gold in mind for 2016. Jordan, wow, what a stunning loss for Michigan. They thought they had this one in the bag. 10 seconds, that's all that stood in the way of knocking off number 7 Michigan State. Blake O'Neal, all he had to do was catch it or fall on it. That's what you're thinking, right? This team, speechless in the post-game conference. I even asked Coach Harbaugh, was there any other option besides punting?
The bird poop is so bad on some streets, police have closed roads and crews have been brought in to clean it all up. No word on why the birds are using this particular street to do their business, but they are. Plenty to get to tonight in WTO 111 Sports.
How's that for an intro, Jason?
There you go, Jason.
Here he is with the preview.
My mom always said, if a bird poops on your shoulder, it's good luck. So lots of luck in Rome. All right, when we return, I've got a Red Wings goal you won't want to miss, plus our hard-fought battle in local girls' high school hoops. Highlights next. Johnny Football is back, at least for a week, gets his first NFL victory, and he delivers a scoring strike to Travis Benjamin right when his team needed him the most. Ran off the field. The chance of Johnny.
Shonda, this is how it goes. I believe that we will win. Now all you got to do is get that hand in the air. Right, guys? Get that hand in the air. Add a little hop to your step. Here we go. It's that easy.
As promised, I've got another special guest as we continue the celebration. I'm now joined by head coach Greg Dempsey. Coach, normally you're watching film, breaking down the next opponent, but now I just caught you watching film of all the highlights. What's it like watching it kind of as a fan?
It's fun to get to sit back and enjoy what the kids have accomplished this year.
2 hours away from the home run derby. The theme here at the All-Star Game, have fun. First-year All-Star J.D. Martinez relying on the veteran David Price to show him the ropes. And for Jose Iglesias, he's spending quality time with his 4-year-old son. Jordan, a big win for Toledo, and it was all about their defense. Joining me now is head coach Matt Campbell. Coach, this was a team that scored 70 points last week. You held them to no offensive touchdowns, minus 14 yards rushing, 5 turnovers. How were you able to execute so well?
Well, I'll tell you, I thought our kids really executed the game plan.
What kind of impact has the Michigan rivalry had on the Ohio State campus? A big one. Look no further than signs like this one right here. As you can see, all the letter M's crossed out with red tape. M representing Michigan, and the Buckeyes are having none of it.
Family is everything to us.
When you look up in the stands and you see all your friends and family there, they definitely want to have a strong performance, no doubt.
From day one I've been here, and we'll always be his #1 fans.
This is the first game live that I'm watching this season.
Lucas's biggest fans were nervous the entire game, sitting on the edge of their seats.
Let's go, 55!
First shot, I sat right behind him, and I kind of, got excited. I got fired up, and I knew he was ready to go.
When that puck gets close, I stop breathing until it's far away.
When the Central Catholic product was playing junior hockey, his dad, Todd, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. 4 weeks later, he was gone.
That was a real difficult thing to work through, and Todd was Luke's hero.
Every day that I step on the ice and every day when I prepare, and I hopefully would have been proud.
Family can be seen on Luke's mask. Images of his dad, the initials of all his immediate family members.
I didn't know I was on his helmet until I saw a picture of it, and immediately it brought me to tears. He's my big brother, and he means the world.
Between her and my 2 sisters, I would say they're definitely my biggest fans, and to have them there, it was just an awesome experience.
No doubt his dad is looking down, and his dad is very, very proud of him. They talked what it would be like watching him play live hockey for college, and we know that Todd is watching down and celebrating.
Right after the game, I tried to peek back at her. I think she was a little emotional, so it was definitely great to get the win.
This is a life changer for me. And I'm sure for a lot of these guys. For the first, I've had Parkinson's now 8 years. For the first 6 years, I didn't do anything.
Every year, 60,000 new people are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
I have to plan every step if I want to get where I'm going from A to B. If I'm going to B, I have to sort of plan out how many steps I can make to get to my destination.
Imagine having tremors so bad that it's difficult to eat, tie your shoes, or even stand up. These individuals, through the rigorous training of boxing, feel like champions in their effort to knock out Parkinson's.
We're going to go 30-second jabs.
I was bitter. I tried to hide it. I denied it. But it got to a point where I couldn't hide it. You got to keep trying to get better.
Accepting it. I think that's the toughest part. And once you accept it, then it's a lot easier to handle, I think.
1, 2, 4. Pep, 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 pep. Right hand.
Their struggles are real.
They say that, Parkinson's is there's parts of our brain that are leaving and will never be back. And right now, the only thing they say that can change that is exercise.
10 jabs, and then we'll switch, and then 10 power hands. 1, 2.
I call them my champions. A lot of people don't understand. So, why do you call them champions? These people here are fighters. They've got a battle in life with this disease, and they refuse to lose.
The University of Toledo's occupational therapy program teamed up with Harry's International Boxing Club, giving locals diagnosed with Parkinson's disease hope.
That's my job, is to push them, keep pushing them, make them better. And so that's my job. You can't feel sorry for them. I mean, I do, in a way, in my heart, I do. But on that floor working out, they don't want me to feel sorry for them.
Double jab.
They get diagnosed, and this is their next step forward to fight through it and stay healthy and delay the disease.
The results are astonishing.
I was noticing with my walk. I was shuffling, but now I have better balance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They feel a little better because they've dropped maybe 5, 10, 15 pounds. They've stretched and used muscles they haven't used for a while.
I feel a lot better because I'm stronger, especially my upper body.
They are fighters and will have the last laugh on Parkinson's disease.
Because if you aren't laughing at yourself, you're crying. And crying doesn't help all the time.
You don't know what to do, you get depressed. But when you turn around and see some of these people and talk to them and listen to how they add humor to having Parkinson's, it makes it a lot easier to accept.
All right, everybody, give me some. Good job, good job, good job. There you go, good job.
David Donovan isn't a household name in the world of coaching. He won championships at the youth football level. Now faces his toughest opponent.
It may sound strange, but people ask me about fighting this cancer, and I tell them it's been a blessing. I've gotten to know my wife better than ever. I get to see my kids more than ever, so it's a blessing.
At 52, the former Shoreland Elementary coach has been living with stage 4 head and neck cancer since 2011.
He said, no matter what happens, he's like, I don't want to let cancer ruin us. He said, cancer is not going to be in control, we are.
A father of 9 and over 18 years of coaching as a mentor to many. And now, when he needs them the most, the community comes to his side.
That's what's happening now. I did for them years ago, and now it's coming back tenfold.
Donovan, a man of faith, needs their love and support now more than ever. Coach was recently given the news that none of us ever want to face. He has less than a year to live. But the doctors don't know Dave. He plans on beating cancer. Plenty to live for. Happily married. Been with his wife Lori for 23 years and has lots of grandchildren. He's not just strong, he's Donovan strong. The community assumed their motto, Donovan Strong. Take a peek at their Facebook support page, nearing 1,000 likes.
I definitely wanted to be there for my Sean and Joey's graduation, and I'm going to get a little emotional. And the doctors said that they would get me there.
Inspired by his family and friends, Coach has picked up new hobbies and keeps busy with his anthem, the Tim McGraw song, Live Like You Were Dying.
Yeah, I get emotional talking about it. But it's a hard, I would rather be in my position than my wife's or my children's or my grandchildren's. You know, as far as getting that news it really just redoubled my my belief that I got to live every day to its fullest, and I'm definitely doing that.
Jason Hurst, WTOL 11.
The Tigers have the 5th highest payroll in Major League Baseball, sent 3 reigning Cy Young Award winners to the Hill, and got swept. Nobody saw this coming. There's a lot of disappointment inside the clubhouse, and as far as next year, a lot of uncertainty. Has a timetable, even has a search firm to help with the hire, but won't reveal any of his cards. We were left with more questions than answers. After about a 10-year hiatus from competitive play, Kelly is back in the game, feeling those competitive juices once again, thinking pro may be a possibility. Florida State needed a fantastic finish, and they got it. Jameis Winston to Kelvin Benjamin right here in this end zone. Well, Gene, I can't let you go with giving us a little taste of what we might hear on the air. Give me something, because, I mean, we got a few days to go.
Winston rolls right, he throws. It's caught, Kelvin Benjamin.
It's Michigan week, but right out of the gate, Urban Meyer addressed questions regarding Ezekiel Elliott's comments following the Michigan State loss. But he said it won't be a distraction this week against Michigan. And the players, they haven't lost back-to-back games since 2013, and they don't want it to happen again. This is a business trip for BGSU. They'll look at more game film, last-minute preparation as they take on Tennessee. It is a 3 o'clock Central Time kickoff. BG will wear white. Tennessee will wear orange. Perrysburg native and former BGSU star Burke Badenhop continues to live the big league dream. He's now with the Cincinnati Reds. But back in 2007, the relief pitcher was part of a deal that brought Miguel Cabrera to Detroit. And from time to time, that deal crosses his mind.
I'm a certified pump technician. On the weekends, I'm a professional paintball player. I might not be getting paid millions of dollars, but, I'm expected to perform at every tournament.
Carl Markowski doesn't bring home a big paycheck from the sport of paintball, but he's the only pro from Northwest Ohio. His athleticism got him hooked up with a team in San Antonio, Texas.
The traveling, it's not too bad. It's a couple 2.5, 3 hour flight, but yeah, I mean, they pay for all the flights, and they get me down there for practices, and it works out pretty well.
India sponsors.
Planet Eclipse makes a paintball marker for me, my own personal edition, and all the gear that you can use.
The sport has taken him around the world.
Paintball has taken me to anywhere from Las Vegas. I've been to Australia a handful of times. I've been invited to Europe, been invited to South Africa, and all over the United States.
And to live out his dream, Carl has a pretty understanding wife to make it work.
Throughout the years, she's definitely been very understanding. It's been a little stressful here and there with how much I have to leave for work, and then on top of that, a lot of the weekends out of the year I'm gone for paintball. But we're actually expecting our first child this upcoming February.
Jason Hurst, T Sports. Such a pretty swing. You'd never know Whitmer's Nick Gulch lives with muscular dystrophy, nor should you. He doesn't treat it as a handicap.
My hands stiffen up pretty bad, and shaking people's hands, like my hand I just can't open. I can swing clubs, it's like it hurts me like a little bit.
How do you fight through it?
I fight through it by just like loosening my grip a little bit.
Gulch works on his game with Matt Lake, a coach who is hearing impaired and helps develop players with physical challenges.
You have to have a lot of patience. You have to understand where they're coming from because, not everything works for everybody.
You can find Lake communicating through sign language or getting creative, finding other means to improve their talents.
Stuff aren't here to just to put it. I have a physical challenge myself too. I can't hear the golf ball when I'm making contact. Everything's about feel. So when I'm working with my students, I want them to feel comfortable. I want to provide them accommodations so they can enjoy the game of golf.
Nick may have muscular dystrophy, but he competes at a high level. Dealing with bullies just doesn't seem fair. Matt, who is hearing impaired, has dealt with bullies in his lifetime. He understands, and together they have each other's back.
I feel more comfortable with a guy that knows what I've been going through and is helping me with golf, and it really helps me a lot more.
Growing up as a kid, I got picked on a lot, and I overcame a lot of things, and golf was the only thing that got me through the physical challenge and the emotional challenges.
I just try to ignore them because it will, if it happens, it will just shut me down and I won't have a good day. But now, because if I ignore them, I can get through it and just not even think about it. Just let it roll off my back.
Golf is a tough game. You have to have patience. And as Matthew has taught us, just because you have a physical challenge doesn't mean you can't succeed. Reporting from Bedford Hills, Jason Hurst, WTOL 11. Welcome to your Jim White Honda T-Sports Report. 2 weeks of high school football in the books. Week 3 should be even better. Whitmer versus Perrysburg is a game that catches my eye. The two teams have split the last 2 years. I stopped by Perrysburg's practice earlier today. Jackets are 2-0, have outscored opponents 91-6 between their last scrimmage and the season opener. Perrysburg corrected their approach to practice. Coach Kriegel believes it made a difference, and the focus has to be sharp for the Whitmer game.
We can't turn the ball over. We got to take advantage of possessions. Last year against Whitmer, we were two very evenly matched teams, and they probably made a few more mistakes than we did, and that was the difference in the game.
We just got to come out strong, play fast, got to do our same stuff that we've always been doing, and hopefully that's enough. If not, we're going to have to find a way to win.
I mean, we just need to practice hard this week and just go at them hard and just hit them in the mouth and just play as hard as we can.
Should be a good one. 7 o'clock kickoff from Whitmer High School. Do you want to see Whitmer-Perrysburg as our top game? It's your choice. Maybe you want to see Sandusky-Fremont-Ross or Tenor-Wauseon. Southview-Finley should be a good one as well. So cast your vote on ToledoNewsNow.com. Who wants to be on TV? Join us in Sylvania for the weekly Frickers Camp. We'll be out there following the Northview-Bowser game, and it's always fun. It's a fun time with the band, the players, the coach. Frickers Camp, only on Big Board Friday. And let's not forget about our Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Pack-A-Pickup promotion. This week, it's at the Northwood-Rossford game, so don't forget to bring your canned goods at Rossford. Your donation helps benefit the Seagate Food Bank. Quick break from football. A good matchup in volleyball. Notre Dame home against Clay. And look at Notre Dame work the offense. Sam Moshinsky with the set for her line mate, Allie Spewick. And she puts it away. All right, Clay at the far end. In the middle, they'll look to Shelby Capperhammer. But Notre Dame wins this match in 4. Back to the gridiron. Saturday, it's time to iron off your khakis. Make your way to the big house. Jim Harbaugh makes his home coaching debut in Ann Arbor. So Michigan coming off a tough road loss at Utah. Wolverines looking to grab their first win of 2015. Coach Harbaugh says his guys on both sides of the ball know what to do, but thought they were double-checking themselves throughout the opener.
I've seen a lot of first games where there's more error, there's multiple error, there's multiple missed assignment. And we didn't have that very much. I really thought our guys knew what they were doing and for the most part really executed what they were doing. And they can execute it a lot faster and a lot better.
Michigan hosts Oregon State Saturday, noon from the Big House. We'll be there to provide you with full coverage. Toledo will play its first official game on Saturday. Rockets headed to Little Rock to take on an explosive Arkansas team. The 18th ranked Razorbacks crushed UTEP 48-13. The Miners decided they were going to focus on stopping the run. Arkansas lit up the scoreboard with the passing game. Rockets are a 21.5-point underdog.
See on the very first series that they were going to tilt their coverage down in the box and have 9 guys out there, leave their guys out a little bit on the perimeter, and that's what you have to do. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. We have some explosive players with some speed that I think can create big play opportunities.
So Rockets, Razorbacks kickoff at 4 o'clock Eastern time from Little Rock. And right now, the Tigers and Rays tied at 7 in the 11th inning, and that's your T-Sports.